Oh, it's a good day when we return with some more Dawnless Days Total War. We are back in the world of Lord of the Rings as we have another siege here on Dunburg. I'm pretty sure at this point we can certainly say it is the most popular map when it comes to Dawnless Days siege battles, that is for sure. We have a 4v4 here as we do have the Elves with every single Elf faction here on the defense, which could make it certainly very interesting. Does certainly make that balance of power very spicy. Look at how out of favor it is for the Elves. The yellow there representing them, the red, the attackers here. We have 8,400 on the attack, 4,600 on the defense. We have Imladris, Linden, Woodland Realm, Lothlorien all on the defense. And on the attack here today, we do have another Lothlorien. We have the Dwarves of Erid Mithrin, we have Isengard, and we have the Orcs of the North over here. So some pretty strong factions on the attack as well. So for those of you that do say, well, Elves in defense a bit cheesy, it is certainly not, out of possibility that the attackers can win this one. Absolutely, they will be able to win this one. If this one's been sent in, there's a good chance this is a very, very close game, and it's, going to be not a whitewash sort of result. As we have the Blades of Gundabad there, already taking out some supply barrels, which is always very, very good. You know, you want to be taking out those supply barrels so the Elves can't use their deadly archer ammo on that. But yeah, this certainly should be a fun one. I mean, an Elf on the attack as well certainly evens the odds a little bit. Dwarves are really solid as well. They can suck up arrows. And Isengard, in my opinion, one of the strongest attacking forces. They have some really good units, can get you out of some really sticky positions, like White Hand Grenadiers here. The crossbows as well, armor piercing, can really solid. And they got some solid shock as well. So certainly they are not to be trifled with. And we also have Olokai here with the Orcs of the North. So yeah, some really, really good units there. And what's this? Oh, it's a Sapper unit from Isengard that they've got over here hidden. Very nice. So they're going to try and use that to maybe blow a hole in the wall. Don't really need to though, because, well, they've got the walls really easily. So that's really odd. We are going to see an archer duel early on, and this is honestly going to be a huge break, a game sort of decider here for the attackers and defenders. They've got 3 archers up here. I don't know where their 4th one is, but if they can start firing onto these Haven Watchers and doing some damage, that'll be huge. I don't see their 4th range unit here. Typically, yeah, it's 4 range. In siege battles is like the max that any faction can bring. And yeah, the Elves have 4 here. The Orcs of the North only have 3. Those Mountain Pass scouts are already getting focused down. It's horrendous there. I don't know if they're having issues setting up or what, but yeah, they should really start firing with these Haven Watchers. Going to be able to gun these guys down. It looks like they've missed on that volley quite considerably. So that's something. But still, that is, concerning that they haven't brought their full maximum range. That is, kind of concern. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Lord of the Rings and Dawnless Days, I want to see more of it on the channel. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. It really does help out the channel. And if you have any glorious replays to send in yourself, like the sub to send this one in, then do send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always. And Twilight Guard here, already getting slightly focused down as well, which is always a bit of a concern. Heavy bow infantry, a really solid bow unit. It's going to be able to go toe-to-toe, I'd imagine, with the Noldorian archers, that's for sure. I mean, it looks like they've also got a Haldir here as well. Surprised they haven't brought all their archers forward. If you're going to go with your range units, bring them all forward, that's for sure. Don't go half high, because you'll get outgunned. Also, just to say, there is another Sapper back here. So, yeah, some late game Sappers is the plan, it seems, from the attackers, which I'm kind of a fan of. I'm interested to see how that goes. And the first bit of combat, it's not even combat, actually. It's just Goblin Light Infantry battering the barricade down. Not a bad idea, because, yeah, the Elves aren't wasting ammo on this, and you can now freely just take his time to destroy this barricade. But the Mountain Pass scouts are getting focused down. I don't know what this player is doing, but he's having a real trouble shooting his Haven Watchers, which, aren't losing a single man. That is very concerning there, that these Mountain Pass scouts are getting absolutely vaporized. And we're going to see a Sapper. Oh, no. The Sapper's coming forward way too early. So much ammo left. These guys should not be coming forward unless you have... unless your opponent has no ammo. Like, look, watch this right now. This is like educational for all of you guys that play Dawnless Days and also watch my videos. Never do this. Never bring a Sapper forward like this. You've just watched your archers get vaporized, and now you're thinking these Sappers are going to make it. They're a very light infantry unit. These guys have no armor. They are literally going in bare-chested into battle with a bomb on their back. And there are only 10 of them in a unit, and they die pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, he's got further than I thought with the first volley, but it still does not matter. These elves are still going to destroy him. What's he expect to do? Blow up that barricade? Is that his plan? Or is he going to try and blow up? Well, he's down to 2 now. He's not going to be blowing up much. I think he's trying to blow up this next line of defense, which is a cool plan. Problem is, your enemy still has ammo, like I said, so you're just kind of wasting it. His Sapper's there, and those Sappers don't come cheap. I mean, in fairness, that's used up 3 volleys of Elven ammo, but that's now a Sapper gone, done, dusted. So yeah, very silly move there from the attacking player, wasting his Sappers so early on. But those are the sort of things you need to learn from, guys. If you watch the videos and you also play the mod. Galadrim Sword Warriors here, getting focused down for free. Another thing, if you're going to put shock infantry like this, don't keep it so close. Keep it further back. I mean, you're playing as elves. You've got really good bows, and you need to keep these sort of things protected. So yeah, your Galadrim Sword Warriors should not be this close because they're just getting freely shot. Look at that, already down nearly 40 guys, and they've probably not killed us. And they haven't killed a single man. I can definitely say they haven't. There's not a single engagement that's actually taken place yet. So yeah, really, really poor, silly moves from the attackers. And they've only lost 1,000 men, and they've yet to kill really anyone, to be honest, on the opposing side. They've killed very few guys. So yeah, that shows sort of like what you've got to do. You've got to just sort of avoid archer duels, or like allowing archers to get free kills. If you're going to take archer duels, great, but you've got to do it in the right places. Like, honestly, take a 5 versus 4 against elves. Try and focus them down that way. Or if you've got a 4v4 against your elven archers up against opposing elven archers. But yeah, this is a 3v4, not in favor of the Orcs of the North, and he's lost it. And I'm not surprised, really. Really, really odd move there, to be honest. We've got, like, yeah, just Lorien Spear Company here, and Shipwright Nobles defending this. I mean, this is not hard to break through, really. Like, they could try and engage this. Lorien Spear Company are not going to be that difficult to kill off. And he's nearly out of ammo, is Linden, so that is something at least. We've still got lots of good units here. Tomb Raiders, the Olog-Hai, of course, which, you know, he's used up a lot of ammo, and the Olog-Hai is still yet to be used. So that's all, you know, something at least to play for on that side. But they need to start attacking soon, because otherwise Linden will just start to fall back when he wants to. But yeah, I'd start to maybe think about sending Blades of Gundabad. I mean, I don't know if I'd attack this side. This is Noldorian Nobles. I'd attack the other side. I absolutely would be attacking that other side if I was to choose a side. Yeah, no engagements yet. Both sides, yeah, just taking the time. Again, what's this going to go? Troll Hunters over here getting focused down. Again, like I'm saying, these players just seem to be sending like one unit, not one unit, but like can't get their full mass of units blobbed up to like shoot on a target. Legolas here with his Elven Palace Guard. We've got Lasgarland Rangers here as well. They're all set up, and they're just trying to focus down one unit at a time. We've got the other Sapper coming up. I hope Isengard does not use this, because what is he expecting to gain from this? He's just watched one of his Sappers already get blown up. This is giving sort of like the plays of a very inexperienced player. Setting them forward as like, yeah, very light infantry, unsupported, and also just when they have so much ammo left to the attack, to the defenders, that you're setting up ammo, like ammo on those archers, just one volley, enough to kill those Sappers. Like, this is concerning. These Berserkers, though, they actually are going to get to the front lines without any sort of problems. The thing is, they've got to get still through that barricade. Then there's a god-forsaken amount of Gate Wardens and Hall Guardians here blobbing this up. This would be prime for a Sapper. That would be great if you could do that. Not going to be able to, though. I mean, the player is sending forward his Sappers. Again, like I said, no support here, though, going on. He's just going to send these forward. It's a long, long run they've got to do here. Like, they are not... Yeah. Look at that. A waste of ammo there. And now they're going to be hidden behind a building, which probably will give them cover. There's already 3 out of 10 of them left. They are now being covered as well by air infantry nobles.
A unit's ammunition is spent, and it can no longer fire.
And it's like, oh, this is all well and good being very clever, but you've wasted the unit anyway. Like, there's 3 guys left. They can probably deal some damage, but they're not going to get to the front lines. Like I said, you need to wait until your enemy has no ammo left, then send them in. Over here, we do have Gundabad Berserkers going in, and Blades of Gundabad. This is the first sort of action actually started to take place. Not exactly a choke point I'd really reckon go through, though. Berserkers are good about there, getting poked to pieces. And they are not going to probably do too well. There's a, nasty polearm defense here. Looks like some Noldorian pikes are getting shot from somewhere. I'd be shooting here with the Twilight Guard here, trying to get side shots maybe. A lot of these Noldorian archers are already using up a lot of the ammo, which is also good as well. If you're an attacker, you're looking at that thinking, they're already kind of getting out of ammo. Archers going into melee there. I don't know what the player's doing. Troll Hunters in melee, not a good idea. You still got ammo, man. Don't do that. And we have got Grenadiers coming forward. They are coming forward to support. Has he got a second one, or has that come all the way around? I think it has. It's come all the way around. It's got another. He has another Sapper. There's Isengard. My gosh. That's insane. So, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not over then if he's got one more Sapper to send in. But, yeah, the Grenadier's coming forward. I think he's going to try and Grenadier the Haven Watchers behind, which is not a great target, I wouldn't say. And there has been a counterattack here by Linden. And Linden with those shock infantry there with their massive double-handed swords. Hacking and slashing. They're going to try and get their way through the Guldur blades there. And here go the Grenadiers. They are throwing their grenades. And they are going to hit a lot of friendlies, I'd imagine. They are trying to, damage those Noldorian nobles. Not a bad idea, but I would be careful. I mean, I was seeing Haldir from the defenders coming over. The Grenadiers, they need to use all their ammo up because they are not going to get out of here healthily, I don't think. Yeah, already getting focused down pretty much. Just start blowing up the archers. Like, it's not necessarily great kills, but it is kills. Because this unit, like I said, it's not getting out of here. Look at that wavering 36. Just throw your grenades, guys. Just hit what you can. You never know. These Haven Archers of the Haven Watchers, at the end of the day, might make the difference in this fight. And you can see, luckily, at least the Gundabad Berserkers and Blades of Gundabad here are winning. And there you go. Those Grenadiers, also, again, kind of wasted. I do wonder whether this player is a bit of a newer player, the Isengard player. Certainly, I'd say using some of his, what I would say is great get-out-free jail card units, really, really silly. And really just wasteful with them. Like those Sappers, Grenadiers, they're the sort of things you, like, if you come into a strong defense, like up against this, you can use them. You can see he was trying to with the Sappers over there, but it's too early. You've got to throw, sometimes you just got to sacrifice some of your boys, some of your swords, just to, soak up the ammo. So then your game winners can go in and win, can go in and do what they do. And like literally the name on the tin, win the game. Like, there's old guy here, at least he's being kept in reserve, thankfully. That is reassuring. Shock infantry over here is beating Blades of Gundabad. We need to see more of these Tomb Raiders get over the wall. Berserkers of Gundabad as well. They could definitely make a difference. But yeah, they need to make need to cash these guys out while they still can. These Noldorian swords are for the taking, in my opinion. Some free kills with some very elite infantry here that can do the job for them. Not winning over here again. Now are the Orcs. They are being beaten back by this. Well, it was originally a silver line of Noldorian swordsmen. They've gone from silver to blood-stained red. They are getting cut down, that is for sure. My gosh, poor guys there. It's certainly looking rough. Isengard over here. This is sort of dueling just Heroes of Amon Lang. The polearms aren't really in. And there's also a Lorien Spear Company, so not necessarily a great spear. Like a polearm, sorry. Galadriel and Bow Warriors here waiting. They could be shooting Berserkers. There's free kills there to kill them. Don't know if they're just out of range, potentially. Yeah, these archers still in melee. What's he doing with Dwarven play? Like, the unit's not finished yet. You can hold on to the ammo. Noldorian pikes seem like they're getting shot. I don't know if it's a dragon. It can't be these dragon trackers. They do not have that range. But if they can get in range, they can do some nice side shots into the Noldorian pikes. Like I said, a lot of these archers getting out of ammo. Legolas still has some, but yeah, Noldorian archers and some of these last guard rangers nearly out. They're trying to duel this Twilight Guard over here, which is kind of soaking the ammo up nicely. And yeah, it's dodging these shots really, really effectively. Nice micro there from the Lothlorien player. That is always a little strategy you can do. If you've got time, if you're not really attacking anywhere, just keep sort using your archers to dodge volleys. And yeah, actually, though he's down to 62, it's not too devastating for this unit. He's actually, yeah, forcing this Noldorian player to go, do I keep shooting this archer? Do I? Or just do I let it annoy me? I mean, it's not going to kill all three. Could do some damage. At least the dwarves have gone in. We've seen some action from that. I mean, they're in, and we've got Amaryllis Sentinels in here as well. They're apparently losing. They're not really on the front line, I would have said. Guardsmen and Ladders are losing though as well. Suppose, you know, sort of wearing each other down. That's kind of what you got to do as the attacker. You've got to just go in and just take some fights that are like maybe aren't winnable, but like you can inflict a lot of damage. Because the thing is, you have typically 4 troops, and in this battle as well, they have like double the troop count. So sometimes you just got to wear stuff down. You just got to just like eventually, like maybe not on the first, maybe not on the second, but on the third attempt, you will wear your way through these lines, especially against Elves. Elves are just really good. They're going to win probably their first one-on-one combat, and certainly when they're fresh and they're getting archer support, they're going to win that first wave fight. It just happens. You just accept that. For the second and third wave fights, that's where you kind of think, can we win this? Can we inflict more damage? These Noldorian swords going in now to help out over here. This is a prime example. A second wave of Elves has arrived. They're not, so you're not going to win the second wave. But can you win the third? And also, I mean, there's polearms here. These guys are going to cause some problems. These halberds are good, but really, really good halberds. Really, like dangerous. We are going to see another Sapper come forward here, and they have a slither of ammo left. Like, come on, man, you need to wait. Oh my gosh, the Sappers again being wasted. 4 out of 10 of them left. Like, the guy's still got some ammo. He is actually going to make it, I think, potentially here. He might actually make it to this front line. Oh no, he's not. No, I think they're all dead. I think this guy might go off. No, he also died. There you go. They got that entire Sapper unit. That's because he didn't wait, and now they are out of ammo. Look at that. They had literally barely enough ammo left. It is meaning that Halberd's going to have no problems advancing forward and getting harassed by archers. And those Olokai are going to have no problems with archers. But those Sappers, they've wasted like, I think 3.5, 4 grand of gold just on 3 Sappers, and they've got 0 kills. Like, once the first unit you realise gets focused down and killed off, don't try it a second time. Certainly don't try it a third time. At least wait until, like I said, the area that you're going to attack has no archers support. But yeah, I think that was the last one. I'm just doing a quick survey to see if there's any more hidden Sappers, but I think they are capped at 3. So yeah, that's all of his archers out. So there you go. I also forgot to mention we are using a whole bunch of submods in today's Dawnless Days replay. I mean, that's typical now of Dawnless Days. Players can't play vanilla Dawnless Days. They have to have submods for extra factions and extra units. So we've got Last Breath on. We have Warriors of Ardor, which adds a whole bunch of new units, and we do also have War of the Mountains, which adds a whole bunch of new factions and units as well, including Ered Mithrin and Orcs of the North. I'm pretty sure we don't have any Last Breath factions here actually today. And Warriors of Ardor, we have like Legolas has his Elven Palace Guard as his bodyguard, and we've got, I don't know if there are really any major other units I can see that would be added with Warriors of Ardor. I don't think so, yeah. Yeah, Ered Mithrin and Orcs of the North, the only 2 sort of submod factions in today's game that are in play. There you go, Uruk-hai infantry. They're slowly losing. Heroes of Amon Lank and polearms here. They are chipping their way through. These Uruks. There's still more archer fire. Firing at Ered Mithrin crossbows back here, I think, was that? Or was that Ered Mithrin veterans? Oh no, nobles. Yeah, the crossbows are Uruk-hai crossbows here, which I'm concerned that the Isengard player is just going to lose them once again. He's not exactly had a great game. This is looking better for the Orcs of the North, though. Halberd and sword combo here, doing very nicely. The Shipwright Noble over here is slowly being attrition down. We're going to see Noldorian swords come forward once again, I think, to try and cycle charge. Whether they could engage here, like head on with the Blazers Gundabad, and then could the Berserkers go sort of down the side here and flank and side charge? I think they might be able to give that a go. That's certainly a play I'd look into. Like, look at this, Noldorian Nobles now just safely able to sit back here because there's nothing range-wise on the side that can threaten them. That's why you have to sometimes be patient. Play it. I mean, it's an hour-long replay, pretty much. It's like nearly an hour long. So, like, there's plenty of time to commit your stuff. You don't need to commit your archers, your sappers, whatever it is, in the first 20 minutes. Oh, look, high. It's getting sent forward somewhere. I think they're going to go for the other choke point to try and threaten that one. Try and back up there, which makes sense. I feel like the halberds on their own are doing a very nice job here. And I don't think Noldorian Nobles are going to be able to stop them either. I think the halberds for Gundabad have extra length. So they pretty much outrange any halberd unit in a poke fest. Don't know really what you call it. A pike fight, a poke fest, a jab off.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
They're being jabbed to pieces here are the Uruk still. And there you go. Beated. They are now starting to commit in other places. We're seeing archers as well going to melee for Imladris, which is great news for the attackers who are, you know, seeing their opponents run out of ammo. They can start thinking about bringing their archers forward, I feel, and start getting side shots into these Noldorian pikes and unlock this sort of attack with a few side shots here. If you focus on that Noldorian pike, it will start to drop. They are planning to defend this upper level, it seems, in Imladris here. So this is the thing. You've got to kill as much as you can on this level, because Dunburg, once you get to the next level, it's pretty hard to break through. You've got a choke point over here. You've got another one over here by this sort of like windy road up. And then you've got the one that already Imladris is preparing to defend. I don't know why we've got Gladrim Spear Warriors hiding in the forest there, but we do. An odd choice. And they brought Cav as well. I guess maybe they were worried about Sally out. But yeah, interesting to see them bring that, that's for sure. Lyndon doesn't look like he's planning to defend further back. It does seem like he's only in Ladris right now. Woodland Realm could probably get back quite easily as well, as could the Lothlorien player. But yeah, Lyndon looks like they're kind of committed to this outer sort of layer defense. They've got everything here. And they've got the big stuff like in the front line straight away. They've got those Noldorian Nobles. And they've also got the, what are they called again? Shipwright Nobles. Why was I really struggling with that name for a minute? Yeah, imagine now if they had the Grenadiers. Imagine now. I mean, they would have probably still had some ammo left with the defenders, potentially. Or they might have used it to shoot halberds or the trolls. But you could like do so much damage with the Grenadiers right now. Blow up this defense. But no, gone. Gone because it's wasted. Real shame. Gladrim Elves over here. They're firing down again into crossbows. It's just been a terrible use of bows here by the attackers. And just, like generally crossbows. Like, they're just getting freely shot. This Isengard player is not moving them forward. He's not pulling back his other ones. He's just kind of like going, yeah, we're just getting shot. Who cares? Really, really odd. I don't know what he's doing. Noldorian Pike's starting to lose in here. This is good. I'm seeing a bit of a cycle charge in and out here by some of the elves and the dwarves, I think. And they definitely absolutely could flank here and side charge. And that would make a massive difference as well. I think we are seeing archers as well. Yeah, Twilight Guard here. They're side shotting into the pikes. So that's also having an effect. But that's the sort of thing you need to do. You got to just, you know, it's a chess game. It takes a bit of brains, the siege game. Why I enjoy playing them. I really feel like it takes some skill sometimes. A bit more than just, I mean, land battles also take skill. It's a different type of skill. I feel like micro is so much more important in a land battle. Siege battles, it can be important at points to have a good micro, but not really necessarily. Especially if you're playing a 4v4, there'll be someone that's lagging the game out. Gladrim Sword Warriors on for the defense, losing. Erebithran Nobles losing as well, but they've got plenty in here. The White and Storm seem like they're making an effect as well. Let's good to see. And they are wearing these defenders down a bit. They've killed like nearly 1,000 of them. And they've lost about half their strength. That is concerning, to be fair, actually.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
Whole arms are dying over here now. Why is that? Is that because of the Noldorian nobles? I don't really know. We've got archers as well now over here as well. Who's here? Haldir with just... Yeah, Haldir on his own is not going to kill off this this troll. If you're going to kill trolls, to be honest, bows aren't the way to do it. I feel like they will eventually, but the quickest way to kill them is javies and crossbows. So, in a way, that's the only downside of bringing elves. Is you can just get... With trolls, you can get a lot done. Maybe bringing some more orcish factions might be in the play. Instead of, well, I say Isengard is sort of orcish, but they don't have trolls in their rosters. I mean, more like bring a Mordor or something like that, or a Dol Guldur. The Orc-hai. Here we go, we're going to have Gundabad Warlords come forward. Now, have they got another halberd? The answer is no, they brought one. It's a really strange build by... Orcs of the North. Really, really odd build. The trolls are trying to get in there. Not exactly an easy push for them. I still think the trolls will be better attacking over here against a tier 1 Lorien spear company. They'd have so much joy there. And then sending the berserkers and the blades, you could then put a bit more pressure on there. You know, you need to put pressure on 2 spots like right now. I mean, you're putting pressure on, but you're not achieving a lot. There's actually a lot of units here just being tied up, just sort of facing down those 2 units there. This is looking the most promising, is this Imladris front. Imladris now committing a lot of archers. I mean, he's got Elrond here to go in. It's another Warriors of Ardor unit. It's axe variant instead of just like a guard of Imladris, which is what he typically is. Cycled out as Elrond, and we're going to see now guards of Imladris go in. And yeah, they're cycling in and out a lot of units here. I don't know whether this is strategy or what. I wouldn't bother cycling in and out the Elven archers. I don't feel like they gave much of a charge bonus. We're seeing Imladris actually commit. He's coming down. He's not going to sort of defend at the very top. Maybe he realizes his side, looking at points, is yeah, like look at the numbers: 3,500, 3,800. Not good at all in the case of this assault, that's for sure. Only hope is that the elves, you know, are starting to commit more archers into these fights. They'll be killed off a bit quicker, so that might see that number quickly decline for the defenders. Fighting these elite sort of swords, these last guard rangers here, for instance, they're not going to fare too well against White Hand Stormers, but the Stormers are losing as well. Might be because those shock have just gone in. And the trolls. What has happened to the trolls? We just look away for like a couple of minutes. The trolls are... I think they've just been impaled. They've been killed off from these Noldorian nobles. I don't think they've been... Yeah, there's no ammo over here, so that's the most likely reason the guys have died. Noldorian nobles have just poked them to death. And they are all gone. Still waiting for the assault here. This is actually, you know, there's more Orc units being tied up here than there is Elven units, which is crazy, I still find. We've got Veterans and Stars. That's another Warriors of Arda, you know, just realised we've got a sword unit. So I don't really like using Warriors of Arda because I feel like it just makes every faction a bit too well-rounded. So instead of bringing, I think there's what, like a polearm unit you could bring as a general, I forgot, and maybe also Shipwright Noble. You can bring another sword, which I'm not a big fan of. Kind of makes Lynn a bit more viable, which, yeah, is great, but maybe I don't think they need to be any more viable. It's already an elf faction. Very viable in that sense. There you go, those Gunbad Wars were out there, but they did a little bit more damage to those elves before they fell. Got Kamul who's about to go in, the general there, that's not a good sign. So Orcs of the North, although they're making a fair bit of progress, but they are slowly being attrition down. Like I said, this is still looking like it's the most promising to break through anywhere. They need to start shooting that Noldorian pike. They've got a lot of archers over here, and they're all stood on top of each other, which is half the problem as well. Don't shoot the Elrond. Don't bother killing the general. Shoot the pikes. Elves are still absolutely fine without a general. Another assault here from more White Stormers and more. We've got more Erebith from nobles going in. This assault, I mean, they've kind of gone past the polearms here, so that is something. They've pushed on past the polearms, so they're not really helping now. There's units breaking over here for Lyndon finally. Tomb Raiders are starting to beat these Noldorian swords. There isn't much left of Lyndon now. I mean, he's still got just his archers. He's got another polearm arriving. This has just been kept somewhere in reserve, it seems. Instead, he's been calling on Lorien Spear Company. Like I said, I still am kind of baffled that the attackers chose to attack the harder strong point to try and get through, rather than the easier one, I feel like. And might be better as well for archers, to not be shot in the side or so much. It's difficult. I don't know. Maybe they actually would have got shot in the side pretty nastily actually here. But still, yeah, interesting they didn't assault this one, which had the Spear Company in. And it's suddenly since the archers have gone, so they not attacked it. And I feel like there was a viable little flank potentially there, maybe. And actually now the Noldorian Tomb Raiders are now losing to the Noldorian nobles. Oh, it's just, those guys can't catch a break. Cannot catch a break. Those poor Orcs of the North can't break through anything right now. What we've got in here, White Stormers, Uruk-hai Raiders in here, just throwing everything in here. We've got a whole guardian trying to hold this flank. Again, could they side shot? I don't know if they can go around the barricade technically. That might be not possible. This is looking worse now. I feel like running out of steam here a little bit. We're going to see another halberd come forward. Galadrim Spear Warriors. We can see Frostguard of Ered Mithrin coming forward. Just a little too long getting these guys to the front line, and so they're not exactly winning. We've got another Galadrim Spear Warrior in here already. Great. We've got Archers, Dragon Trackers really close to the front line for some reason. Pikes look like they might all be dead, at least for Imladris. So it's definitely doable. It's doable getting through here. I'd be setting forward this Twilight Guard without ammo. Still really good unit. But yeah, this is looking possible over here. And if they can roll one of these flanks and they can pin them elsewhere, it's going to be very difficult for the elves to extract themselves. They're just going to keep stuff coming to this front line. I would be sending forward I'd be sending forward at least the Dragon Tracker General here and this Dragon Tracker here, to be honest. Get them out of here. I don't know what they're getting shot by, actually, to be honest. I don't think there's much with ammo left. Probably these Galadrim Bow Warriors over here. Send all the archers, get them down over here. Keep just peppering into this mass here and just kill the Sylvan Axes. Guardsmen and Ladris. There's some really cheap stuff you can kill off here. Not Guardsmen and Ladris, but Sylvan Axes, absolutely. You can shoot them down. And, the guards will die as well if you shoot them in the side. They're just going to keep pushing. They've got to keep pushing. I've seen crossbows and archers fire, but they're firing head on. They need to kind of actually go a little bit further back so they can get rear shots. Need to go back down the line. Frostguard, I keep like Frostguard coming forward as well. Why is that not being sent to the front line to support over here? Just keep throwing bodies into this right now, and you've got a chance. So look, the Elves are sending more stuff. They are like, they're getting chances to send stuff. Not good at all. Not good at all. Numbers wise, as well as now actually in favor of the allies, of the Elves. 2,800 against 2,400. Manpower though is still with the attackers. Not over yet. Never over until the fat lady starts singing. Well, the general going in here for Linden. This chance to kill off one of the Elven generals, a chance you want to probably be trying to take. Camul over here has been in an absolute battle, it seems. He's already really battered down. Eldorian swords causing him a few problems, but looks like he's going to even that up. Tomb Raiders now being shifted here. And yeah, Orcs of the North are going to be the first evil faction to go by the looks of it. Aaron Mystery, I'm guessing, are getting thrown into the evil category today. Archers over here. Again, Twilight Guard getting great side shots. They need to just be firing overtime at this point. Like, this game is starting to come into its final phases.
The enemy general is
Enemy
dead.
general is dead. That's great. That's Linden now without a... Oh, no, that's... I was thinking that's Linden without a general. It's Camul gone. I'm kind of rooting for the attackers because these Elves are just absolutely trouncing the enemy right now. And that is probably might be a master out here about to take place. Well, the Tomb Raiders will probably go on a little while yet. They're not going to last. And Linden put a solid game, but honestly, I think he was helped massively by his opponent. I think it could have been a much more problematic game if those grenadiers had fired all the, thrown all the grenades at a better time, and the sappers had actually been used. Well, had actually been used. I was going to say properly, but just to get used at all, they just got sent forward to die. So yeah, really poor. To be honest, I feel like a lot of cases from the attackers rather than the defender playing a really good game. Sylvan Axes here. This should be an easy kill really for the attackers. They should really easily be able to do with them. Last Garland Blades can be a bit more problematic. These guards and ladders have seen a lot of action. They are pretty bloodied. I think if you keep these side shots up with the Twilight Guards, that'll be huge. Allied General has died. Oh, Elrond's, yeah, he's been focused down. My gosh. Why have they bothered, though? Enladris is not going to master out because of it. His units are all pretty much like tier 3, tier 4. They don't break easily. And they're Elves. Here come the Frost Guard, which look amazing. I really like the look of this unit. Like a phalanx sort of, like, it's like a phalangite sort of like unit. Look at it. Shield strapped on the side. Poking forward. The shade of their armor as well is great. It's just basically a recolored Erebor look, but it's really, really nice. I like it. I mean, it's the same with the Edmithra Nobles. They're just an Erebor armor, but just brown. They are killing off some of these units here, bit by bit.
Nothing remains of this unit now.
Archers are still firing in. This is great. Again, don't know why they're not sending over more archers to do this. Okay, crossbow. I mean, just if you shift back a little bit just to here, you get a much better angle already onto that engagement.
The enemy refuses to admit
Whole arms are
defeat.
dying in here.
Their unit has
Jeez,
rallied.
they're not having a good time. These attackers. Nothing is working for them right now. Got a general losing in here. This is Ugluk. He's dying in there with his retinue, which I presume is worse than a Stormer, really. He's also pulling through. Also pulling through. General's died. There's another general's died there. So there you go. Veterans into the stars. Lyndon lost his general. The Tomb Raiders. They have engaged over here as well. It looks like they've, as I say that, they've just finished off what was left there by the looks of it. So, I mean, yeah, Lyndon pretty battered. Not got a lot left. I think could have been beaten. Generally, like I said, I think if those units that Isengard had sent there had actually been used effectively, he could have actually won that fight. And they've broken through here. Finally, it took a little too long, but they have actually broken through. We need to see something rush through here. I mean, there's nothing real. I mean, there's an Eremith Noble, tiny little unit, but there's a gap here. There's a very large gap. I mean, we're not going to see Lasguard and Rangers sort of fill it up, but there's actually a gap taking place. Where are the yeah, there's Twilight Guard here. We've got a Cav unit now coming forward. Outriders coming in, and they're going to try and take advantage of the gap. So why you got to have your units closer? Like, it's all well and good having them further back, like, oh, I'm going to hide them. It takes them 2 to 3 minutes to get to the front line. In that time, a defender can block the gap. End the chance you had. Polearms here, they are, sorry, Pikes here. They're starting to beat back a lot of these units here. We're seeing Lorien Spear Company rout. The Hall Guardian's pretty low on ammo, on manpower, but they should be okay when it comes to manpower in a minute, because look at this. This is a very healthy Lothlorien force here that's just defeated what looks like the remains of, I imagine, this looks like a bit like Isengard here. Isengard potentially, maybe? There's archers? I do not know. Yeah, I'm going to go with Isengard there, I think. But they're going to have plenty more troops to send down the line in a moment. And we're getting into the final 10 minutes. It is pretty close. Still only 400 men in it. It's going to require a bit of a miracle to master out Elves. Cool, I think. Unless they can break through here and then dash for the point and then become the defenders, which would be huge. And I actually think we're going to see, yeah, I think we're seeing Woodland Realm preempt that, and he's going to start retreating troops there, which I don't blame him. We've got Lorien Outriders. They've charged in. They're going after the archers here. Don't want to pull through, because that will cause you to lose more men. Just pull out. Keep cycle charging if you want to do that. That's absolutely fine. I've got nothing wrong with a bit of a cycle charge. You can occupy a lot of units here as well, just by being chased off. They captured a gate. Oh, well, they captured the gate. Good for them. Blade's Gunbud's still alive. It could always be a pain over there. But they need to try and break through here somehow. Just encircle stuff. Just get around. These Trollhunters, like the one that's out of ammo practically, just send it around and start encircling stuff. Ugluk is nearly dead. He also needs to be careful. He's going to pull through, but he's done it again and he's routed. And he only pulled through about 3 elves, but that's all it took. All it took. Now seeing crossbows go into battle. They need to be careful again. Look like they kind of travel further than they expected, would say. Polearms here, they're setting up. If they can block here, that's a really good play. Now get your troops up, but you can see Imladris is retreating. He needs to chase now. He's not chasing at all. And he can get up here and they can make a dash for that cap point. That is absolutely what they should do. There you go, they're through. And you can see the defenders are falling stuff back. It's not that the Frostguard are winning, it's just they're falling stuff back, really. I'm going to see, yeah, the Hall Guardians are getting dashed back. Legolas is going back as well. The Elves are just preparing. But they've lost too much, I think, of the attackers. I'm not saying it's over yet. Never say never. But I think it's unlikely. I think it's unlikely that they're going to win this fight. I mean, they've got to press on with these polearms at some point. But there's a healthy Lorien Spear Company here. We've got, yeah, Heroes of Amon Lank. I mean, there's still ammo on these Dragon Trackers here. They need to be focusing on those Spear Company as much as possible. Help out their allies. These are a tier 1 polearm at the end of the day. Very poorly armored. That you should do a lot of damage to them. Eremithrin cohort is this? Yeah, Eremithrin cohort coming forward. Tier 2. I don't know how these guys have held on to the end. Dragon Slayers. These should easily push aside what remains of the Elves here. And they should then get to the top of the hill. Should. Whether they will, we'll see. The Elves have pulled off some miracles in today's game. Cav coming in from the attackers. Just rear charging their own troops. If you're going to do it, at least sort of like column your way around the side. I feel like that's just a better and smarter play to do. Players don't do that enough. They don't alter the size of their formation, like the shape of their formations enough. And like that can really just make a big difference in the siege. Like you could right now just go, yeah, in a really thin column, go around the side. If you micro it well enough, you can get around that easily. You could then hammer an anvil, or you could then actually just get a bridgehead onto the top of the hillside here. And as you can see, I mean, it looks like, yeah, the Elves are going to get a substantial amount of troops back onto this hillside to actually make a stand here. Cav, though, could make a big difference. You never know. They can get some good hammer and anvils. Pole arms here. Need to get into the fight. They're not actually helping their allies against the Lorien Spear Company here. Dwarves are going in. These are the Dwarven Archers. These are what they call Dragon Trackers, yeah. Really good unit. I've seen a lot of them get shot up already, which is not so great. They're a really good hybrid unit. Really good hybrid unit. And there you go. Imladris is dead, and now the bridgehead is open, and now the attackers can just try to rush up here. Whether they can cap the point, unlikely. If they can get 2 pole arms back to back over this point, there's no hope of them getting through. Not with the units that have been sent up the hill so far, but certainly the Cav could cause some issues here for these Haven Watchers. I mean, they're not great. And then we've got the Galadriel Bow Warriors here as well. Has been a partial breakthrough here, but not really. Aramithrin is sort of getting through. Dragon Trackers and Pikes. Yeah, it's definitely dealable there for the Elves, that's for sure. And actually, Gundabad is still alive, or like Orcs of the North, still alive. Being harassed by villagers, which is very funny. They're getting charged, and they will kill stuff with those villagers. Blades Gundabad, they are dashing to try and get to the top of the hill. So yeah, good on the Orcs of the North play, not giving in. Cav still causing problems here. It came round that way and then rear charged Archers. And Ashley's done okay. Still 55 out of 70. Still an effective unit. Spears there, just, yeah. Well, pole arms, I should say. Ashley's still trying to be a pain, trying to do something. They need to try and just outflank the pole arms here and try and slow stuff down. There's a second pole arm on the way. Like I said, I think they're just going to go back to back over that point and make it a no-man's zone to try and assault the Cav. Just keep cycle charging the Archers. Do not let any more get onto that point than necessary. Attackers need to be aggressive with their infantry. Force melee fights here. Oh, I did not realize that. I did not realize you could just cut that corner there. That's interesting to know. For future sieges, you could just sort of cut that corner and get up there. The Cav needs to keep charging on. And there you go, yeah, that pole arm's going to defend the other side there. And then, yeah, the Noldorian Noble's going to get into place. And that's just, I mean, the Dwarves are moving as quick as they can. I feel like the Cav could do a little bit more, just keep harassing stuff. But yeah, I think the Elves are now going to get onto the final point, and they're going to just sort of lock that down. And yeah, I think, yeah, look at that, 700 now against 1,300, and it's Elves. So yeah, I would say that the game is kind of wrapped up. I can't see them not winning this one, the Elves. It just seems impossible for them to fail now at this final stage. For the attackers, they fought a pretty decent fight. I wouldn't have said it was their strongest fight I've ever seen. I feel like they've, like I said, a lot of resources wasted. Like, it's a big if, but if Isengard had actually used his explosive units, we'll call them, effectively, I think this ends up being a different game. I think the Elves have to either retreat earlier to the point, like the final point, or they die in the stand that they made. And also the same with the Trolls. I think the Trolls just didn't do a lot. I'm kind of surprised them. I don't think they'll have got massive kills either. Certainly sub 100, that's for sure. We are seeing some units get picked off here, which is great to see. They're going to get a whole bunch of kills there, actually, the attackers. That's something. Cav here, yes, helping to cycle charge quite a lot of these guys. But the main objective is sort of being complete here, as you can see. They've managed to get onto the point and sort of guard it. They are now killing a whole bunch of elves, which is a small victory at the end of the day. If this Cav here can just hammer and anvil a whole bunch of these Lasgarland blades. And there it goes with the bat. That Lorien Outrider, proving that as the only Cav unit in the game, it's more than effective to do some damage. Just, like I said, slowly being whittled down, but they're winning decisively in a lot of these fights, and it's also being used so late in the game that it makes it look so good. Like, whoa, I'll bring Lorien Outriders next time. They're insane. It's a tier 1 mounted melee Cav. It's not that great. It's just it's the only Cav in the game, and also it's being used late game on weakened Elven units. Like it's a 5-man Gate Warden. A healthy Gate Warden unit trashes these guys. I mean, they've still managed to kill 2 to 3 Outriders, and they've not even died themselves. It shows how good those Gate Wardens are. But yeah, they aren't that good, the Outriders. They've just been used at the right time, which is massive, to be honest, in these sieges. You're just going to use things at the right time. I think they are now finally dying, the Outriders. Yeah, they've charged into, and they got the spears turned to face them. Halday's gone in with the Warden of Defenses, and he's going to kill a whole bunch of more stuff. His light bow infantry is actually really good in melee. And again, he's fighting a lot of weakened Elven units. I don't know if Legolas is actually dead yet. I think he's still in there with his 5 guys left. I think that's what they're trying to get. Not that this should matter, because the Elves are now arriving. They pretty much defeated the attackers over on this side here. Just one last stand of Polarvs there, and that's a master out from the attackers. And there we go, a Pyrrhic victory for the defenders. I'd say it might be a little bit more of a close victory. I feel like they didn't. They did get pushed back to the final point, but I think they weren't at any point out of their comfort zone. I think numbers kind of comes into it to sort of make it look like a Pyrrhic victory. But yeah, this was set in by Jackaboy, who was playing as Lyndon, so well done to him, to Ark, to Tanzim and Drago, all did a pretty solid job. Well done as well to Fluffy Duffy, Virach, Stewart, Denethor, and Mitscom, I think is how you say it. All played a decent game, I'd say. I feel like I'm certainly don't recognize a few of these names, whether they're just newer players or just never seen any of them in replays before. But yeah, certainly would say some of them had a tougher game, made a few mistakes in that one. But we'll have a quick look at some of the kills. Jack playing as Lyndon, getting 183 kills here with his veterans and the stars. I mean, the Elves going to bigger kills because they had double the amount of men to kill. But 164 kills the Shipwright Nobles, 210 here, 275 with the Noldorian swords, 219 with the Noldorian Noble, and his archers 200 kills, 183, 176, 168 kills there. And then we have Drago playing as Imladris, getting 204 kills with his guards Imladris there, 163, 223 kills with the Noldorian Swordsman. And then his pikes, yeah, 99 kills. Not really getting that many kills, just being an annoyance. His archers, 100 kills, 148, 55, 76. Really had a poor game with his archers, actually, did Drago. Tanzim playing as the Woodland Realm. 244 kills with his Lasgarland Rangers here. 180 kills, 194. Much better game with his archers. Legolas as well, getting 207 kills. 109 with the Lasgarland Blades here. 100 kills with the Gate Wardens. 109, 127. Yeah, solid units to just hold the line. And then his Hall Guardians, 174 kills with that one. Then we have Ark playing as Lothlorien. His archers also did well. 322 kills with Haldir. 201 with the Galadriel bows, 239, 229. Yes, solid kills there. Lorien Spear Company, 113 kills, 113 kills as well with the Heroes of Amon Lank, and 138 kills with his other Heroes of Amon Lank. His Shock, 125, 135, 176. And then we have Virach playing as the Orcs of the North. Yeah, pretty low kills, all his blades here, not really getting massive kills. Even his good and bad Warlord's not getting massive kills here as well. Berserkers, Oh gosh, yeah, it's not until you get to the Tomb Raiders, 191 kills, 171 that you get some decent kills. Halberds, 84. I felt like they were doing pretty well. I definitely would have brought a second one, in my opinion. And then his Trolls, 23 kills. My gosh, what happened to them? I think they just got pole armed to death. But yeah, it's sad to see, to be honest. Then we have Fluffy Duffy playing as Ered Mithrin. 71 kills with the Ered Mithrin veterans here, 95 kills with the Dragon Slayers. And then he's got like 79 kills with his nobles here, 36 kills with the Frost Guard, 51 with his archers. Yeah, pretty low kills as well for archers. Again, that were kind of wasted. Then we have Steward playing as Isengard here, has low kills with all these. Look at these Sappers, 0, 0, 0. 49 kills with the Grenadiers. Yeah, not good enough. It's just the answer to that. Berserkers here, 51 kills. Yeah, nothing great there. Stormers getting 106 kills, 128. It's the only sort of things I could say he had a good game with in that one. And they have Mitsicom playing as Lothlorien, 144 kills with Haldir, 119 with the Gladrim Sword Warriors. 149 kills here with Twilight Guard, and then his Lorien Outriders getting 178 kills, kind of saved a bit of his game, to be honest. They had a really good result with those Cav. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days siege battle. The Elves managed to hold strong at Dunburg here, put up a really good defense. If you want to see more glorious Dawnless Days sieges on the channel, and generally you want to support, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now as well. But until next time, folks, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.